Hey, how's it going everyone? Time for today's YouTube recap. So what we're looking at here is a footprint chart. This is order flow, right? So if you're unfamiliar with this, just go to the home on the channel here and I have a quick video on how to read my specific footprint charts. Now this red zone, and this green one down here was part of the daily plan. The same exact daily plan I had yesterday. No video yesterday. Hold on, let me just clean this up a little bit. Why? Well, we've been range bound, right? Haven't we? And yesterday we just continued in here. So I am patient. I'm on the sidelines. I'm waiting for where I want to trade. So not really much has happened. So we're going to go over not only the daily plan, the makings of it. We'll take a look at today's intraday order flow, but I also want to talk about losses in trading. I'm seeing a lot of people on StockTwits. I've been trying to be more active on YouTube and different communities, and a lot of people were complaining this week about this range-bound trading. Now, for newer traders, they may not be accustomed to this, but back before Corona, before QE, there was less volatility in the markets, and with that, obviously brought more. Now, over the past few months, we've seen a shift in volatility, definitely contraction. Not all the time. We still have rangy days, but definitely less than 2021-ish. So there's just different ways you have to trade it. So avoiding losses in trading is knowing where you want to be an active market participant, right? That's why I have my zones where I want to be active. I don't care if I have to wait until Friday, not taking a trade all week. And that comes with time. I wasn't always like that, of course, but you take enough losses and you understand that the people you see on social media saying that they're making money 5 days a week, trading every single day, that's just not the case. You could get really good at reading the order flow and play scalp trades if that's how you like to trade. I'm not like that. I don't like having so much risk exposure in the markets. I always say to people in the room, our whole point when you want to do this as a career, do this long term, is to minimize your risk exposure in the markets. And I just don't think scalping smaller inflection points is the way to do that. I'd rather focus on key levels. So let's talk about these levels. Let's talk about the daily plan and whatnot. So as always, I post my daily plan. I post the makings of the daily plan if you're new here on YouTube in the community tab as well as StockTwits. So I start my day every day with the TPO charts. I'm familiar with the past few days, but I'm checking to see mainly what the overnight session did, right? Since I don't trade the London session. So these are market profile charts, time price opportunity charts, both the same thing. So what we're looking at here is, the shapes of these distributions, the lows, the highs. Let's clean this up a little bit. Where points of control are lying, value area high, value area low. Just one more point to add, minimizing our risk exposure and not getting caught up in trading this, I'm reluctant to say chop. It's not chop, this is balance. The market needs to do this to accumulate offers, accumulate bids and whatnot. But it's having your written down trade setups, whether it's extensions from initial balance or extensions from value area highs, value area lows, whether it be weekly, daily. As much criteria you could have, as much confluence as you could build within your specific setup is obviously going to minimize your risk exposure and also keep you accountable for trading where you want to be trading. So after the TPO, I come over here. I'll annotate the TPO, I'll send it in the Discord room, I come here and I do the exact same thing. I'm looking, do we have a bid? Do we have an offer? Where buying imbalances are, selling imbalances? Are there gaps in volume that we haven't really traded or skipped over? Do we have passive buyers, passive sellers, aggressive buyers or sellers? Is a bid moving up? Is an offer moving down? Tons and tons of things, right? There's a lot that we can and should be taking every single day from the order flow. And I say all the time, as a day trader, the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour footprint chart more specifically, is my favorite time frame. I think it's got the most key information that we could use for our everyday trading. So same thing, I will post a annotated chart, I'll send it out there, similar to what I post on the community tab page here, but I just cover what I send, right? There's people in the room who pay for that and they get that, of course. So from here, I do the exact same thing, but now on the daily chart. I'm looking at larger time frame participants, same thing. Where do we have a huge bid? Where do we have a huge offer? Is one of these sides moving up aggressively or just passive, taking it all one side could throw at it? Do we have trap volume? Like right here, this trap volume provided a floor in this daily candle. Where is their trap volume? Where are their volume gaps? All of that type of stuff. Oh, I forgot I had this over here. So I post the same thing on StockTwits as I do on YouTube. TPO, just to run through everything. They know, I know that this looks intimidating, a whole bunch of letters. It's super easy to learn, trust me. It doesn't take long, and once you do know what you're looking at, you glance at it and you get the information that you need, right? You're gauging the market sentiment or reading market sentiment using TPO. And this is what I was talking about, these annotated charts. Here's on the daily. There wasn't much since we've been range bound. Daily plan, and I posted this. It's good to go over, right? We've been talking about this. This range bound trading probably killed a lot of day traders, or is in the process of killing. Death by 1,000 cuts. Know where you want to be active, folks, and eat popcorn from the sidelines. Minimize your risk exposure and save your bullets for when it matters. Pretty much hits the nail on the head. So I, of course, was looking to short up here. I didn't get that short. That's all right. I'm patient. I didn't take any losses trading where I shouldn't be. But what do we see right here? We see a bid coming in. Oh, but there's a selling imbalance. Yes, there is, but these nodes are growing out, and we don't have exhaustion at the lows yet, so it's likely that we'll still trade down a little bit. Why? Well, we're still transacting 38,000 contracts, almost 35,000 contracts over here. People are happy to transact down here. We're going to go down until there's no one willing to transact anymore, like how we see over here. Let me erase this line so we can better see the footprint. 86, 35 contracts. That's complete exhaustion when we compare it relative to what's done above. 23,000, 21,000, 32, 33. No one else is willing to transact. We're going up. So people are still happy to transact, but bulls are doing what they have to be doing. We have to accumulate enough contracts up here for a reversal. Now, so patience, but the signs are looking good. Now, if the signs don't line up, we don't get exhaustion, and we just start barreling down and trap these buyers in here, well, then sidelines. Order flow saved this from taking an unnecessary trade. So now when I bring up the daily, same thing. We see this bid, we see this volume coming in down here compared to up here, these lower volume nodes, but no exhaustion yet. So you have to have patience. Trading isn't in and out 5 days a week. It's, just knowing where you want to be active and knowing the signs. So other criteria adding to your setups is shapes of distributions. Does our 4-hour have a bid? Does our daily have a bid? Does it have an offer? Does our 30-minute, our 5-minute, our 1-minute, whatever you use. So I go over and I share my specific setups, what I trade. I have a whole introductory series on TPO charts, market auction theory, footprints, my setups, all that stuff. On the site. If you're a member on the site, you get access to the Discord. I'll leave a link in the description if that's something you're interested. If not, I think I share a lot on here, and it's hopefully helping people. A lot of people reach out and say that it helps. So if you did trade, I hope you had a green day today. If not, I'll see you in the next YouTube recap.